if you happen to be a court junkie like me, or if you happen to be from Massachusetts like me, I'm pretty sure you heard of the Karen Reed case. She was accused of killing her boyfriend, which was a Boston police officer. And like me, if you was following the case, you know yesterday she was found not guilty. But the question is that the end? What's next? Do they just say, oh, she did it and she got away with it? Do they open the case? Can they open the case? Is there enough evidence to say they can open the case? I don't know. I'm not an expert. Let's let them talk.
This is very unusual. She was accused of murdering a Boston police officer, and yet to have this number of people supporting her shows how much they found that charging her was an injustice. And so now the big question is justice for John O'Keefe. Will the state go and reinvestigate this case and try to find the person actually responsible? Or are they going to claim that Karen Reed was responsible, but they didn't have the evidence to convict her?
I'm curious, do you think that they can go back and reinvestigate the case when we know that the investigation was so botched?
Well, that's really the problem here, is that this case was botched from the get-go. Here it is, a snowstorm. They're out trying to collect up evidence there from the front yard. They didn't take photographs. They didn't make a drawing. They didn't make any measurements. The evidence that would have been useful to convict her was not found until days later, and there was no security of that crime scene for all those days. And so anyone could come in there and put that evidence in that place. And that's what the defense was referring to, that evidence was not found until days later by the lead investigator who was fired on the case. And so not only was the evidence not collected up correctly, but the investigation was being done by a person who, Michael Proctor, who had connections to the Alberts there that owned the house where this occurred at. And so this was a messed up investigation. So there really is nothing there for a cold case squad to come in and investigate. It was a botched investigation from the very beginning.
So there you have it. It was botched from the very beginning. There's not much really they can do because you can't go back and get that evidence or that proof that you need. You know, like I said, I'm not an expert. Get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And like I always say over here, I present you with the facts. I give you my opinion on those facts. And if you like how I do that, click that like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. Click all so you can get notifications every time I drop one of these videos. And if you down with this type of behavior, cut the shit. That part.